I used to like to fly from California into Dallas-Fort Worth and land there and rent a car and drive to Louisiana whenever I was going home. I try to go home at least once a year. It's a particular time I was invited to do a series of preaching services there. What was always great about that, I don't do it much anymore, but what was great about that was I'd rent a car and I always get Bluetooth, and I'd hook up everything, my music and everything on my phone, and when you escape the city, you're just floating up and down the highways. The music is blasting, and if I had hair, it would be blowing in the wind. So this one day I was driving, and floating. Just moving, the music is grooving, and then I see in the windshield, in the rearview mirror, woo, woo, woo. I pull over. The white police officer gets out. I'm in Texas. I'm in the South. I'm thinking, this is not going to end well. The white police officer comes around to the door. He says, "Sir, you're driving a little fast." I was, "Oh, sorry, sir. Didn't quite intend to drive a little fast. Thank you." He said, "Who are you and where are you going?" Not license and registration. But who are you and where are you going? And I'm shocked. So now's the time to pull the preacher's card. I'll just be honest. Come on, let's take it. Like, I'm a pastor. And I'm going to preach a series of revival services. He said, "What? Really?" He said, "You're a pastor?" He said, "I'm a Christian too." I said, "Really?" "Yes." He said, "Wait right here." He goes back to his car. About 10 minutes later, he comes back. He said, "Look, I'm going to give you a warning." He says, "Watch your speed." He said, "So you go to the priest and service?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "You think you could pray for me?" I said, "Sure." I said, "Come on, get in the car." In Texas, a white police officer opens the door, gets in the car, closes the door. We join hands, and for the next 15 minutes in Texas, a black preacher and a white police officer pray together. He said, "What happened in Boston?" What happened was that story right there is the redemptive story for the negative stuff that happened in Boston and it happened in San Francisco, right? Because I could just say police are all this and that, but no. What made this encounter so differently? What made it so unique? What was it? Why didn't he come with this guy? I'm sure he didn't know who I was. I'm black. It's in the South. I'm sure he had some fear because that's what our brokenness it creates, race, all that stuff. Sure, he had some fear, but he didn't allow his fear to define him or limit him. He actually let faith have the last word. He walks up to the car and says, "Tell me a little bit about who you are." Relationship.